Joey and Thomas. Look how stupid they look. Whoa! Oh, you've never played Sonic 2? On the Game Gear? The first game he appeared in?
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. Anyways, Pokemon.
Pokemon, I'll be honest, I don't really care for Pokemon, but why not? I'm down for it. What
I
was
don't
the
really care
first...
for Pokemon.
I don't really like Nintendo, but anyhow, um, I don't like Nintendo, but I bought a Switch 2 on midnight launch. Said every Reddit user. Anyhow, um,
Joey's throwing shade. The 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 shoot, I forgot what it's called because I'm tired.
Reddit.
No, it's your thing, your inhibition that stops you from saying anything.
What's an inhibition?
Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Exposition. What was the first Pokemon game you played? That's
The
what I'm
gloves
trying
are
to say.
the gloves are off this episode. First Pokemon I ever played. Um, that's a good question because don't
Yeah.
don't
No,
worry.
you keep talking.
So, first Pokemon game I ever played, actually, I think was Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, that's lame.
Why?
No, I'm being so brutally
I
honest
was
today. I was expecting a cool one.
okay. That's the first. Pokemon Yellow is very cool.
Okay, purple color yellow is very cool, but it's all I don't. It's because I think it's a Gen 1 game. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, I never completed
hoping
it.
you'd be like, oh, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, something that's like way out there or something weird.
No, shoot. Well, I guess in that sense, what's the DS one that you flick
Oh,
the stylus to play? Is it Dash?
are you talking about the Wasted game, or are you talking about Rangers?
It wasn't Rangers. No, the racing one where
Dash.
you're right. Yeah, I guess it was Pokemon Dash.
Oh, was that actually your first Pokemon game?
Technically, because I think I've talked about this online before.
Yeah.
When I was young, I had a DS Lite.
R4 cartridge.
Yes, I had an R4 cartridge with a bunch of just totally legal copies of Nintendo games. I still have it.
No, I know you still have it. Do you remember where you got that cartridge / games
No,
from?
my parents got it for me, and I've never asked them. But I'm guessing they probably got it off of eBay.
I'm guessing that or a yard sale.
I'm certain. I'm sure they bought it like
they definitely did not know what an R4 cartridge
no,
was.
they saw like the whole 100 games in one,
Yeah.
and then like, oh, that's a great deal because it's like early recession era gaming.
Reminds you of that handheld you have that has like, does it have like up to like PlayStation 2?
Oh yeah, that
It has like
handheld is
3
so
PlayStation 2 games, and it's like some
Listen,
off-ball
man,
ones.
Nintendo hates me because I love all of like the fake like not licensed console things. I just think they're funny.
See, I'm Nintendo.
You're the purist.
Yeah, because I just like this a rule I have is like if I don't own the game I won't emulate it. Like legitimately, like Odyssey I've emulated it, but I own Odyssey. I own 2 copies of Odyssey, so my Nintendo has my money. Double over. I'm like,
but
I have the
and
right.
there goes any chance of us being sponsored Nintendo creators. Anyways, well, actually, now I'm thinking about the.
They don't do the program anymore.
Oh, did they stop it?
They stopped that years ago, Thomas.
Oh, I guess I'm thinking of
Like they still work with creators, so they don't do like the dedicated program anymore.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of Pokemon then, because they have a more dedicated one.
But that's something they ramped up.
I've
recently.
never pirated a Pokemon game.
But I hope Pokemon Company's audio only listeners. And so your first game was Dash.
Yes, so long story short, I guess in that sense, I probably played it for like 2 seconds, technically making it my first game. In with Pokemon Yellow going forward, when I was like, I think I was like 10, 11-ish, I got randomly was given a a Game Boy Color, a lime green one. You've seen it. I've shown it to you before, but I was given it. It was someone like relative, and then I was like, "Oh, I want to play games for this," and all I had was Tetris. And then my sister was like, "Oh, I'll order you Pokemon Yellow," and so we got a very legal copy of Pokemon Yellow reproduction, and I played it. And that was my first experience with save batteries being terrible because I got like
Especially on Wii Pros. They literally
they're so bad.
I literally had a Wii production cartridge I bought, and like I'll check it, and it had it was like the Walmart store brand. It had the little Walmart logo on the battery. I'm like, this thing's gonna last for like 2 days, and then I'm gonna lose my save data. This is stupid.
That's exactly what happened. I got up until like Cerulean City, and then like
Is that the water one?
yeah.
Okay.
But I went to save, turned off the game, and went back to do it, and it was like, oh, it doesn't work anymore.
Are you a boy or a girl?
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like really crushed.
No, I imagine.
But then I was introduced to the most peak Pokemon game to ever exist, and this was my full like I beat it. It was there. Pokemon Sun and Moon.
See, that's what I was expecting to start with.
No, that was I would count that as like my official like I played this game, I beat it, like obsessed over it. Like I would count that as my first Pokemon game.
Okay.
True Pokemon experience. That wasn't like
Yeah. I gotcha. So my first Pokemon game was it's Pokemon Rangers: The Rise of Darkrai. So I thought it was really funny you brought it up earlier. Well, I thought you were bringing it up earlier. Let me stop messing with this. I don't have a mic to mess with. I can flick and whatnot.
yeah. Long story about that one, but it's fine.
It doesn't work. Here it is. This is a piece of junk. It doesn't work anymore. I was gonna throw, but it's gonna go all over the place. All the pieces.
No.
But no, my first game was Pokemon Rangers: The Rise of Darkrai. And it's if you've ever seen the Pokemon Rangers series, JD Animations made a video on it. It's the one where you're in a school. So there you go for all the like Gen Alphas in the chat. No, I think it's the first time I've referred to them as chat in this podcast. I've done a good job of not doing that. So I'm pretty good at turning off the streamer brain. Like I said, 4 pills. Anyhow, sorry, 3 pills, 1 Dayquil cup. Anyhow, but it's that game where you have to constantly go in circles on your DS and to catch the Pokemon, because you catch them like little spinner tops. But it's a really sick story. If I remember the story correctly, I have not played this game in a long time. I'm pretty sure people die.
I think so.
Like, and this is why I grew my love for Darkrai. So like, oh, he's so cool and edgy and has legs. In that game he had the leg form. He didn't the form where he has legs.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking.
But you never saw him in.
Are you? I feel like you're not talking about Darkrai. You're talking about Giratina.
I'm talking about Darkrai. The game's called like The Rise of Darkrai, or The Shadow of Darkrai.
Darkrai has one form. Maybe it's something that was specific to the side game.
Darkrai with legs. Yes, this one. This. You've never seen the Darkrai with legs?
No.
That's from the anime.
That's so funny.
That's from the anime. I don't know if I can find it from the game.
That is not in the games at all. That's like purely an anime thing, I think.
Yeah,
like
normally he looks like this.
Yeah, that's Darkrai. That's the Darkrai.
Yeah, no. I know who Darkrai is, but he has legs.
He doesn't even have cool legs. He just
no, they're just legs. Like they're this.
That's so weird.
It's so this is from the movie. Yeah, he has his legs. Like is this he has like he
That's really disturbing.
I'm assuming it's you in the middle of the screen. He just has legs.
I don't like that.
No, but I know we talk about Giratina. Giratina has like
that's
the
what
dragon form, the centipede form, the worm.
I watched I watched that Jaden Animations video. I just want to say Jaden Animation throws some massive shade to Pokemon Sun and Moon in the beginning of that episode, and I did not appreciate it.
I thought you were saying Rangers. About to say
no, I don't care about any of the other games. Just Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Like all the other ones, sure, valid thoughts. Anyone who says Sun and Moon is bad either didn't get through the tutorial, which I will agree is long, or they're just wrong.
Sorry, it's Pokemon Rangers Shadows of Alima, I think, and that's the name of the country of that game. It's not the Wise of Darkrai. Um, yeah, my bad.
Maybe that's the movie you're thinking of, Rise of Darkrai, because that sounds like a Pokemon movie subtitle.
Wise of Yeah, Pokemon the movie, The Wise of Darkrai, which is so cool. That's the one where like the whole timeline gets reset.
Oh,
Have you ever seen that one?
it's not like every Pokemon movie because they're very non-canon.
Well, no, but like like they're all like loosely.
Yeah.
I think it's still like Sun and Moon anime like kind of does a reset, like a reset.
Mm-hmm.
No, so in that movie, because it's the final one, there was a Dialga movie and a Palkia movie, and then that one brought the two together, and it was this scene where, like they both see each other, and then I forget why, but it's time and space like collapse, and like they climb up the big tower that's in Unova that I forget the name of, and then like that's like they see the whole world and it's all consumed by void, because like time and I guess some reason Dialga and Palkia can't look at each other. I don't know why. And then literally they get sucked into the void. Everything's just like quiet, and all of a sudden everything comes back, and it's like it was like almost like a weird like '06 moment with like it's back to the beginning of the movie, and it's like like it quite literally like all the time got erased and then like resets itself in that movie. There's also two versions of the movie. There's another one which is where they showed on like Cartoon Network that took out that ending and made it a more like kid like one where it was just like oh like they stopped them.
Mm-hmm. That's
more kid friendly.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, that one always stuck with me because I remember watching it as a kid and being like, this is like, oh no, everyone dies. No. But Pokemon Rangers, I loved that as a kid, and then I jumped to Poke Park on the Wii. One of my favorite. Sorry, my phone's not moving. One of my favorite Wii games, legitimately. Even to this day, I've gone back to it recently, and I was like, I'm gonna hate this. Great game still, a lot of fun. Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond. Darkrai sacrifices himself at the end of that game, and he's dead. You make a gravestone for him. He's dead. He's never coming back. That is canonically the end of the Pokemon timeline.
Yup.
Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond. The one where Wobbuffet gets with not the brown crocodile, and then he gets evolution in Unova. That's the red crocodile.
Yeah.
What's the red crocodile's name? Croc or whatever. Crocodocalock.
I think it's like Crocodunk or something.
Kronkadunk. So that's the one Wobbuffet gets with Kronkadunkalunk. The red crocodile from Pokemon. But there's a little like a side quest, and they get together and they get an apartment. It's so cute.
Put what his name is here.
Well, no, just look up the red Pokemon from Pokemon. And...
No, I think it's funny to give Denmark more work. We've already established that was your resolution, not mine.
Not yours, yeah. No, that was pretty much my first experience with Pokemon. It's like the trading card games, the anime.
That is funny. Once I got into the games a lot more, I had like the cards when I was younger, but I didn't really have much context for them. But as I got more into Pokemon, I cared about the cards less, which is interesting.
Okay, here's this is gonna be all I want to talk about the trading cards. 'Cause I could talk about this all day. The current like trading card market has ruined like my love for the trading card games. The fact that it is impossible.
I blame Jake Paul for
I blame Jake Paul for a lot of things in my life. I wake up every morning, look at myself in the mirror, and there's a duct tape picture of Jake Paul. And then I whip it down because I'm like, why is this in my bathroom? I don't know how it keeps getting there. But every day I wake up though. No, dang it, sorry. But no, like, so I stood in line for 4 different Pokemon card releases this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one was my last. Not the one that just happened, not the Mega Evolution one, which I'm really upset I missed out on. But the black and white one that they did, I was also really excited. Universe, my second favorite region, second to Kalos. And I was really excited for that one. And I waited in line for 2 hours. And this is in the July summer heat. I was sweating. Like the whole time. I came straight from work. So I had like my work outfit on. I'm sitting there. I had no water either. Which that's my bad, but I didn't want to lose my place in line. And I was like, okay, whatever.
No food,
Finally,
no water. Day 13. Things are looking bleak, man. I don't know if I can get the cards. I'll
But
carry on though.
they let us in,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, no, the first person walks out with like the massive Best Buy bags that
Mhm.
they normally save like computers. They probably have like 12 of the the big boxes, the trainer boxes.
Mm-hmm.
They have like 12 of them, and it's like, excuse me. Like I know that they released two lines on the same. It was Black Flare and like White Flame. So like okay,
Mhm.
like I can see letting everyone have two,
One of each. Yeah.
Jinx. And oh god, I'm a 2-year-old. But what is it? You owe me a soda now, whatever.
You can't drink soda though.
But I just have a closet. My Jinx closet is a stack of soda cans. Like one day when they invent a cure, I will drink all
Cure
of the
for you, whatever you.
whatever illness I have. It's called being Joey. Anyhow, um, no, yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, that wasn't because I didn't want to be there like by like 4 a.m. Like, I got there at 8 a.m. Best Buy opens at 10. I'm like, okay, I'll pretty much I didn't want to be there at night or in the morning before the sun was up. So I'm like, I count. I'm like, man, they would have given all those to people. People behind me would have been able to get packs. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I get up there and I get a single Pokemon pack. So then I proceeded to buy all the Street Fighter amiibo instead of being what I should have done and just saved my money.
Mhm.
But I was just like so upset. I was like, I was going to spend $200 today. I want to spend $200. So I bought 3 overpriced amiibo. But no, I just because I don't want this to be like a wage of me talking about trading cards, but like
For scalping, I feel like we could probably have an
we
episode
could have a
just
whole
talk
episode about
scalpers.
scalpers. But it's completely killed my love for it. Of like, I don't want to sit here either in the freezing cold, because that's what's going to happen soon, or the boiling hot, or even if it's good weather, just sitting there for 2 hours. And I'm like, just for me to be like, great, I didn't get it. And then you have this weird sense of like, do I make a mad rush to like 5 other stores? And then you realize you wasted your whole day looking for bloody trading cards for children? And it's just like,
You know what? This would be the only thing I'll say. I think scalpers, as punishment, they should have their head shaved, and if they don't have hair, then we give them hair, and then we take it
take
away.
it away. Give them a wig,
Yeah.
but we duct tape it.
No, we actually find the cure to give people hair again. Like it's great, but then we take away their hair.
Exclusively for scalpers. It'd be like Big Pharma. They own like the copyright for medicines for like 20 years or whatever. Yes. We'll do that. So at least for 20 years.
No hair.
No hair for anyone unless we want to get them hair.
Yes.
But no, I love the trading card game, and especially this year I got really into it because I was waiting and like I'll show at the beginning I'll show like 30 minutes before stuff, and you barely get one. And I think stores, and I can't complain because people are just crazy, but it's just like, come on, man. Like it's like I work at Aldi's. We know this. Like, I don't publicize it a lot, but it is what it is. And we sometimes we get Pokemon cards. It's not the new stuff. We get like old ones, but even us. We made it was a limit of 1. I think the first time we did a limit of 1. The second time I think we did a limit of 2, just because it was cooling down a bit. The first time we got them was when all the crazy stuff at Costco was happening.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh my goodness, and we had a huge line of people, and we had people throwing fits, and I'm like, I just sat there and stonewalled them. I'm just like, I know one guy straight up told him I'm like, sorry, either you can buy this one Pokeball pack, or I'm gonna have to ask you to like get out of line because there was a line of like 10 people behind you, and you're holding up the line now.
I think I've heard people talk about this, and it's like, I think there is some validity. This could also lead another episode, I feel like, but I think the whole internet getting on, like, things becoming mainstream always has a detrimental effects. Not to say, like, Pokemon cards were always, like, a popular thing with kids, but it's grown even more than just that. Like, adults who would otherwise not care at all about Pokemon cards are now seeing it as, oh, this is a business opportunity.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know how you fix that.
Yeah.
But it sucks that it's.
I have
just
nothing
become a
against
reality.
like the resale market in terms.
I have.
Well, let me in terms of like. Not the resale market as like I bought a brand like a $50 trainers box on that.
Like you.
As in like okay, even like say you pull the rarest card from the Mega Evolutions one,
Yeah.
you go online to sell it for like $300.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what? If that instead of keeping it, because I've done that with some of my cards. Where I'm like, is this a card I actually care about, or do I want to sell and make like $100? And even for newer cards too, and I've done that with some of them. That I think is fine, but I don't. I went to this one video game store and I loved this. They had packs. They're like, hey, like if you're just buying these, we're gonna sell them to you for $5. So however much a pack is these days.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, if you're buying this just to keep it sealed, and they're like, that's fine. But they charge people the whatever the scalpel weight was, which at the time for a single pack, this was.
Do you have to like open it in store if you're just buying?
No, no. They just have two. They have ones that are like sealed.
Oh, okay.
The way they ship it to people, the stores.
Right, I see.
Um, but the ones that they had that you just buy individual packs, they opened up a trainer box and they're just
right. Okay, that's
not.
yeah. I
and then
see what you mean,
they're in the cardboard sleeves when you
Mhm.
buy them off of a store like single packs. That's
Because that's the thing that gets me too about scalping. Because it's like it both takes away from people who like you like genuinely like collecting the cards, but also like the kids playing the games. Because like
Mhm.
the way I see it, like
Yeah.
Pokemon at the end of the day is something for kids.
yeah.
And when you have a bunch of adults buying up everything and like scalping it back to like where parents can't even actually afford it, like that's when it really sucks.
Yeah.
Because Pokemon cards already are expensive just by nature.
Yeah, I think it's $6 a pack now, which is like especially like I think $50 is a lot, but for that one big pack you get like 20 packs. And for like a kid's like birthday or something, that's a really good deal. What I've told so I'm talking about I have a nephew and he's really like a Nintendo and Pokemon. And I've told my brother, Mike, hey, buy one of those if you could get one. Or one of those big multi packs. I'm like, but then just give him like one pack a week.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't have to give them everything.
don't have to give them all 20 packs. So that would last you for 20 weeks. Because I'm like, honestly, you're just not going to get cards otherwise. I remember for him, I told for his birthday when it was coming up back during the whole I forgot what it was called, the Prismatic Evolutions, the Eevee cards. And I told him like, hey, if I can find another case of it, do you want me to buy it for him for his birthday? Because he was at like peak excited about Pokemon cards phase. And I was like, he was like, yeah, and somehow I was able to find one. And being the great uncle I am, I gave to him, and I didn't open it, and I waited 3 months to get mine, and I'm not salty that he got one of the full arts I really wanted. No, not at all. He has crazy luck. So a lot of times I buy Pokemon cards. I'll buy. Okay, I went on cards a lot longer than I thought I was going to, but
no, because I have a funny
so
story.
I normally, depending on what it is, I'll give him typically like a third of what I buy. I'll give to him. It depends on like if they're more available. Pretty much all this year I've been doing that because it's been like impossible to find them. Um, but I'll give him like 2 or 3 packs for whatever.
Just really
but we'll open them together. Even though my cards, he'll open my cards. He has no problem giving them back to me. It's a funny thing. But I was opening them with him, and this was for the joining together. This was joining together, and he pulls out the freaking full art Lily with whatever her main is.
Oh, the Clefairy?
With Clefairy. And I was like, it was the gold foil. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm sitting there like, oh, that's really good. My brother's like, how much is that worth? And I don't know what it's worth now. I know it changes like every day.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was worth like nearly $200. And I was like, and my brother's like, okay. And he just had a couple of like the hard plastic sleeves. He just real quick just, I was like, okay. Me, I'm like, not that I want him like if he's not gonna like don't throw them away. But then me, I'm like, if the kid wants to hold a card and mess around, let him hold it. But I'm not the parent. That's another discussion. But no, then he pulls that out. He pulls out Hop. Hop with the Ho-Oh gold foil. And then he pulls out not who was the fourth one part of joining the streamer. I know.
Oh yeah.
I know with Belly Bolt, is that the name? With Belly Bolt, also gold foil. I know the gold foil is in the rarest of the rare. I think the
But it's
Weibo
like
one
still pretty.
but it's like second rarest when it comes to especially being full arts. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, he had 4 packs, and the 4th pack he got, I forget what full art it was. It also had a full art. And I'm sitting here like, I was fuming because meanwhile I had 10 packs because I was really excited for that set. So I gave him 4. I took 10, and I'm sitting here like still really cool cards. I really love the artwork for the joined together set,
Mhm.
but I'm sitting. I'm like, okay, okay. I'm just like, and he's just like, he takes his sweet time opening the packs. I'm like whipping through them. I'm not because I'm getting irritated. He's like, I got another. He's like, Joey, and I'm just like, awesome, buddy. And I'm like, I'm obviously I'm not.
Internally, you're like,
Yeah,
ding.
like I'm not gonna like take it from him or anything,
No,
be
yeah.
upset at him. Like that's legitimately awesome. When I told him that's like take care of that, and I'm like, and I told him I'm like, but it's like if you ever bring your cards to school or something, I'm like, that's like a really cool card. So I'm like, only trade that because I told him like have fun trading with people. I wish that
Don't
like
get scammed.
don't get scammed. And, like it'll probably happen at some point. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure, but I try to teach him because I'll trade with him,
Mhm.
and I give him a bit more leniency than I would like say like if me and you traded cards. But like for the most part, I do like if he wants like one of my full arts, I either need pretty much give me a full art for a full art,
No, like good
or
trades. Like
you need to give me like three normal cards.
yeah, you teach him.
Yeah, and we've done that. I'll be like, I've given him some full arts that I like all the full arts because of full art.
Yeah, they're cool.
But I'm like, if he wants it, I'm like, I'll be like, I want these three cards, and he has a set of binder that's just for trading too.
Mhm.
I'd set him up with that. I'm like, hey, like these are the cards that you should trade with, just to kind of protect him a little bit from, like if he takes a gold card to school and gives it to a kid, even gives it to him for like $20, whatever.
Mhm.
This is the last I say of the cards. When I was a kid, I had a Snorlax full art. I don't know what it was from, but from like 2008, whatever. And I traded it for a copy of
Was it like a game?
shoot, it's Mario. Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games.
Oh.
Yeah. And then my brother was really upset I got rid of that Snorlax card because it was the only full art from my childhood. I do. On one hand, I love the Mario Sonic Olympic games. I'm glad that that's how I got introduced to them. So I was like, man, one trading card for a video game, a Mario game.
Uh-huh.
But my brother was like, come on. But I was like, but Mario's jumping to get over hurdles.
But it goes back to like let kids enjoy the hobby, and that's the thing. But
Exactly.
anyways, moving on from cards, because honestly, we talk a lot about cards.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to kind of to drive this episode further. So we have Pokemon. We love Pokemon, obviously. Pokemon's in a unique position right now because they are off the heels of Scarlet and Violet, and they're getting ready to release a new game as when this will come out. I think it's like
It's in a week.
Week, 2 weeks. They're doing
With Za.
yeah, Pokemon Legends ZA, which is fun. But I
One day.
think
One day I'm gonna get you to say it the right way.
one day you'll say it the right way. They say ZA in the promotional material.
But we all know what it really should be.
Listen, man, it's Tears of the Kingdom, not Tears. It's also Hydro City.
I'm not the only crazy one. There was a war on Twitter for all of 3 hours. If it was Tears or Tales of the Kingdom.
Anyways.
I still don't think I was stupid for thinking about it. The kingdom literally tore apart.
She's crying.
That wasn't until the other trailer. That wasn't in that trailer when they revealed the title. I told you this. This was the only trailer we had was a stupid one where the underground you see the dehydrated Ganon or whatever the fandom called it, and then how all the islands get whipped off from Hyrule. That's all we got, and then a logo reveal.
Anyways.
I'm not crazy.
Anyways,
I just peeked the mic doing that.
something I wanted
Your
to...
fault.
It's not my fault, you're just wrong. Anyways, I wanted to sort of throw out there, with Gen 10 looming, I think that's kind of like in the back of every Pokemon fan's mind. It's just like, okay, what is next for this franchise? Like, 10 is like such a unique number, because Pokemon is like, what, 30 years old?
No, not quite.
Is
Soon.
it? Okay, I know it's like...
They set up at 25 last year.
Yeah, they just did 20. So, like, we're at 26. Probably by the
27
time
next
Gen
year.
10, it'll be, like, 26, 27. Anyways, so it's, like, feels monumental in the grand scheme of things. And I think the fandom is kind of, like, wants it to be. I know I want it to be, but what would be some things that you would want to see from a Gen 10? Like, looking both into for the future of Pokemon as a series, but also like looking back and sort of paying homage to like any previous games or like other things.
I would love for them to further expand the online that they had in Scarlet and Violet.
Hmm.
One of my favorite when they announced that for Scarlet and Violet, that like I was always stoked. Scarlet and Violet is it's my favorite Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
Yell at me in the comments. I don't. I will actually. I do care. I will respond to every comment about why Scarlet and Violet is not the best game with counter arguments.
It's okay. I'm with you. No one likes Sun Moon.
Yeah, but Scarlet and Violet's actually a good game. Anyhow, so I was always on the game. Scarlet and Violet is like the Pokemon game I've always wanted. It's like the anime.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do first you go to the Pallet Town, then you go to the Brock one, then you go to the Cindy one, then you go to the Army Man one, then you go to the stupid mountain that no one likes. It's like you get to go literally
Mountain.
anywhere. There is like a order you can go in.
Yeah.
But you go anywhere. The fact that it feels like there's all these storylines, not just like the side quests, but you had the Team Star. Was it Star?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't.
Yeah, it seems far.
Favorite Pokemon game. Team
It's
Star.
okay. They weren't really that memorable
I do.
compared to others.
I haven't. I would say they're more memorable than like Team Rocket. Outside, not counting the anime. Speaking of game wise, Team Rocket wasn't that memorable to me.
I disagree, but
Like
Team Rocket is the only team that's come back
that's true. Like
multiple times.
I feel that's more nostalgia of anything. I don't know. What
Anyways.
game have they been in that's not Kanto?
They were in Gen 2. The whole thing with
Oh.
Johto was that Team Rocket is back.
Oh, I've never played Johto.
They're in
that's-
Gen 2.
Okay.
They come back in the post game of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as Team Rainbow Rocket, where they bring back all the other old team bosses.
I do know about that. That's cool.
I love that a lot.
I
But
do like
anyways,
Rainbow Rocket. Anyhow, Team Star's whole thing. I think I like. I don't remember what anyone's names from Sun and Moon to be. Definitely not Sun and Moon. Except for Loose Marine. But
it's not even her name.
is that not her name?
It's Lucamine.
Oh yeah, I said it right. Anyhow, this is just like how I was calling the freaking guy Elias, where it was Alias.
That's not the same thing. You did not say Lucamine, right? That. I'll give you credence for that, but not that. But anyways, go
Anyhow,
on. Talk about how good Scarlet and Violet is.
I love. I think this is a story I like. It's Penny, Avard, Alan. It's not Axel.
Yep. I don't know.
You don't remember him?
No. Like I said, they weren't that memorable. I remember Penny, but she's a main character.
Axel's the long gray hair guy with the dying dog.
That's not.
That's what I'm saying. What? It starts with an A.
I know it's not Axel. I thought you were talking about the team leaders of Team Star.
Penny is an. Oh, I guess she's like the head.
She's like, yeah.
She's the head. I'm thinking of like your main crew, dead dog guy from Scarlet and Violet. I guess the star doesn't die, but not Griard. No. The guy with the dead dog, Arvin.
That's what it is.
Arvin. Okay, I won't. So I hated Arvin at the start. I thought he was such a prick. I was going to say prick Ridge. I don't know why I paused. But then like the moment I found out his dog was dying, I was like, oh shoot! Now I care about him. He became my favorite character by the end of it. Nemona's all white. I don't know.
She's fun.
I think she's a fun. I do like that. Like at every moment she wants to battle you.
Mm-hmm.
Even like I love it's like oh like everything's good and like you just had a battle with her. Credits play. She's like, you want another battle? It's like, and the credits keep playing while you're battling. But I like the main crew. I like their story. I like the professors in the game. I like I really wish I could remember his name, but the school's principal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was really funny.
I think he's funny too, especially when he's like helping you take down
Team Star. And he has like the short shorts.
Yeah,
it's and, like the Jimmy Neutron hair. No, I like that. The giant fights were cool. They kind of remind me a bit more of like Legends Arceus in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just really I like just to open it because whenever I talk to people, like I did the force was supposed to at the force gym. I did that last. That was the very last thing I did in the game
Hmm.
before like the end game content, which is like great. Did you never beat the game or was that
No,
Lucas?
I finished it.
Okay,
I
Lucas.
did every like storyline
Yeah,
thing.
you got to like the credits
Yeah.
and all. Okay, Lucas is the one who hasn't beaten the game. Shock. He's put in a lot of time. He just hasn't beaten it.
But I think
Um,
we've talked about this before. I think there is definitely a split in like the gaming community of people who prefer openness and people who prefer linearness.
yeah.
I think just at a baseline, Lucas, our friend, he loves linear games. I think
Yeah.
he's not much of an open world kind of guy. Although I'm sure he would say, it's not that I hate open worlds, it's just I don't like the way they do it in this specific game. But he says that about
I
every
don't know
open
any
world
open
game.
world game that he likes. But one thing I do like about Scarlet and Violet, and I feel like in terms of open world games I've played, it's probably the best one I've like done this. Is like at any time I feel like there's so much. It's just three big storylines,
Hmm.
and it for me it's like oh like what am I after like running around for a bit, catch a Pokemon. I love throwing out the Pokédex like that alone gives me excuse to explore.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, Bob kind of way to do something. I look back, I'm like, oh, like I go against the Mega Claw, not
Hmm.
Mega, what do they call them in that game? The giant Pokemon, the Titan, still Titans, the Titan Claw. I'm like, oh, it's right next to me. Let me go fight that. And if you knew what you were doing, even if it's the higher level ones, you could like the third gym was the 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 walk and roll grandma in
Oh,
the snow.
yeah, that's like
That's like supposed to be like my final gym, I think, or
I
one of
think
the
yeah,
final.
the second like to last, I think.
I did that like Thor, just because the way I did like three of Arvin's Titans, and then I just ended up at the top of the mountain, and then that was really tough. But like I beat it, and it felt so rewarding
Hmm.
to like item spam and but also utilize your type. And same with Team Star. The fourth Team Star fight I did was against who you think the leader is. The main kid before you find out about Penny. I don't remember
Hmm.
their names, but the guy, the one with the leather jacket. And that I was like, what do you mean it's a level 80 weather room? But I spent a whole like 3 hours stream doing it, but I beat it. It just felt so rewarding.
Hmm.
And we even go back to the older ones, they'll scale them up to an extent. I think they actually did a good job balancing it. But the main thing I want to get to the online multiplayer that was so fun be able to hop in lobbies with not just viewers but also friends, and the fact that you don't have to all stay together. You can all just be hanging out in the lobby. And like I never played it casually while I'm just like in a Discord call of friends playing it. That was always on stream,
Hmm.
but I could very much see myself being in a Discord call while playing Scarlet and Violet, and like we're not anywhere remotely near each other,
Hmm.
but we're just kind of chilling, especially with Nintendo Switch game chat.
Yeah.
That'd be really actually okay. This. I'll let you talk about Gen 10 a bit, or whatever you want to talk about. Cause I know we've been going for a while, but with this is something I want in Gen 10. I want them to utilize game chat with the online services for whatever they have for Gen 10. Because I feel like those at the very least will have the basics that Scarlet and Violet had ported over, but like bringing like the face cam stuff, bringing like the proximity chat that some of the Switch 2 games have, that would be really sick.
Well, see, and my mindset is probably a little counter to yours because I like the multiplayer aspects in Scarlet and Violet fine. I didn't find them very engaging myself, but I think it's just how I look at Pokemon games. I've always seen them as single player games first, and then they have aspects like you can trade with people, you can battle, you can
Yeah.
like they have multiplayer aspects, but they're very
Mm.
much like they support the
Yeah.
main game. They're not
I like the
main
idea. For
facets.
me, I like the idea of being like, oh, like it's like kind of like how like Ash. It's like Ash, Brock, and Misty.
Yeah.
I would love to play through. I didn't do Skull and Bikes. I couldn't find people who like I coordinate with. I don't know that's gonna have a Gen 10. There's a lot of coordination, but to play through like the main game story
Hmm.
with a group of friends online the whole way through, I think that would be really sick. Or at the very least, like almost D&D campaign it a little bit,
Yeah, sort
not
of
like
in a
role play,
sense. Yeah.
but just like hey, like okay, like these are the days we're gonna do like this gym, this like kind of plan our route. But okay, like this, like if you just want to keep playing while collecting Pokemon, leveling up, we'll explore like this region. And like I wouldn't want to be, I don't want to like handcuff people to their playing experience, But I think that'd be such a fun, unique experience of like playing through the game with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe if I ever decide to go back to Scarlet and Violet fresh, do that with Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah,
But I love that idea.
it's definitely interesting, and I think the first thing that comes to mind when I go back to what do I want to see in Gen 10,
Yeah.
what do I want to see for the
The actual main game.
the ultimate Pokemon game, and I brought it up earlier with like the Team Rainbow Rocket stuff. And so for those who aren't aware, in the post game of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, they do Team Rainbow Rocket, which is pretty much what it sounds like. It's Team Rocket's back. They've taken over like the foundation. I think it's called the Aether Foundation in that game. But it's like Giovanni is the main guy in charge, but he has instead of his admins, which he normally has in the games, it's just the other team leaders. So you have Maxie and Archie back from Hoenn. You have Lysander from Kalos. You have Geisis,
Guy.
Geisis, the dude from Gen 5.
Yeah.
His name, and
The cult leader.
yes. And I think the way they do it with like the whole and then Cyrus from Gen 4, he's back too.
Is Lucamine not in it?
Lucamine's in there, but like she's not really like treated like the same way they are. Like Guzma is there because he's that role in Sun and Moon because he's the leader of Team Skull. Listen, man, Team Skull is awesome. He's so much cooler than Lucamine. But anyways,
But Lucamine like fuses with Pokemon. That's so
yeah,
sick.
well, that's not canon to this version of the game. That's Sun and Moon. This is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon territory.
But
it's okay. That's not the point. We're getting off topic. But
Ultra's
anyways,
a dumb name. Anyhow,
you're a dumb name.
I am a. My name's based off the freaking Bible. You really think my name's not original? Like, what do you mean? I know I have a dumb name.
That wasn't meant to be taken very personally.
Oh, I take everything personally. I take everything very personally, very literal.
You shouldn't do that. Anyways, getting so off topic.
Why Lucamine's the best villain in Pokemon?
No, that's not what I want.
It's from your favorite game, though.
Let me get my thoughts out. I can't have a moment to like actually.
Okay, I'll just.
No, it's fine.
Knock something over.
This is the best episode of the Save State podcast.
No, the best episode was the we don't know what to talk about. That was the best episode.
I think this is going for that one's chair.
I think the middle of this episode was really good when we talk about the trading cards.
Anyways, I would love for like not that exact same thing again, but I would love more. I guess more references, but not like tongue in cheek. Like
More
oh, here's
continuity.
continuity. I think is a good word.
Like
for
what like
it.
Sonic's been doing the last few years.
I think it's unrealistic to say, oh, I want a playable version of every Pokemon region that's ever existed. I don't know if we would get that. That seems like a lot to ask. And honestly,
MMO online RPG Pokemon game.
that would be horrible, and I would not like that.
I've been asking for that. Honestly, I pretty much got that with Paldeo, so like I'm fine with not getting that. But like imagine like and it's every year you add another region and or maybe you like start with, like the 3 Game Boy ones and then it just expands more and more. You get pulling freaking like Almia from freaking Rangers, whichever one like Pokemon Home's professor is from, like Future Oak or whatever. Like freaking Cyber, it would be so sick. Get the Final Fantasy 14 developers behind it, man. They know how to make. I don't even like Final Fantasy, but I like that.
That just isn't Pokemon anymore, though. That's a whole other game to me.
They said it'd be like a spin-off. I'm not saying this be like Gen 10. I'm saying like a spin-off.
Right, but no, I would love more. Just like again, I think continuity is a great word to describe it. I'm kind of picturing like okay, maybe you have a choice in the beginning of the game where you can start like oh maybe you start in like Kanto or you can start in Kalos or you can start somewhere and you play through like a version of those games but then like something happens to where you're like randomly thrown into a different region or like you have different like for some reason there's like a world champion like thing. You know how like in most Pokemon games the goal is to be on the champion, but it's like the champion of the world, like every region, and so you have like representatives from different regions, like with different teams and stuff.
That'd be sick.
I would love something like that.
Kind of like Pokemon Masters.
Yeah, sort of in a sense.
Like that's like the story of that game.
But and I think that's another thing. I would love for a really good story for Gen 10. Like a good reason for like why every like if you're gonna throw these references, if you're gonna like make it a big thing, like
Tie it
why
all
is
in.
it so big? Yeah, something to tie
Yeah.
it together.
Yeah, that's like I know I'm the Sonic fan, so of course I'm gonna blame Sonic. But like something I think Sonic Frontier, one of the reasons why Frontier is such a good story, it's not. It's there's two Frontiers and Generations.
Hmm.
Generations and it's almost kind of like Endgame. Or like is Endgame on its own like the best movie? Maybe not.
Hmm.
But like they earned Endgame.
Yeah,
Generations, we'll say they earned it.
roughly right.
What they love, they Sonic made it. He made it.
We gave it to them.
The game itself's fun.
Yeah.
But they're a bit more indulgent there. But with Frontiers, what I like about that is okay, it's a fully unique story premise, but it's like, oh, let's talk like Chaos Emeralds, which actually talk about them.
Hmm.
Stuff like fun little references like those these big cannons that the ancients had,
Hmm.
and they compare this is something that's they're like trying to compare them like big cannons you've seen in the past. They're like this is beyond Eggman tech. They're like this they're like, but it's not as powerful as the Eclipse cannon,
Hmm.
which like fun little that's more going in line of fun little reference, but like why not every game needs to be its own bubble.
Hmm.
Naturally, if these characters talk about like the greatest weapons you've ever seen, why wouldn't they bring up the one that almost blew up the planet?
Yeah.
You know, and see, I don't have as much knowledge of Pokemon, so I couldn't make up scenarios.
But there's totally ways
like,
you can fit that in.
It's outside of just being like, oh, here's this book you could read that talks about Ultra Beast in one sentence. You could have like maybe there's something well like the time space portals that are in Paldea, the paradox stuff, and the ultra wormholes. Maybe those are like actually like the same thing, or maybe they're caused by the same thing. I think those like isn't it like doesn't Black and White 2 have some kind of time space thing too?
A lot of them have that sort of thing.
Like I know a lot of them have like these portal stuff. Maybe tie that all together. Maybe that's even where you can maybe tie in a bit of like the legends. I don't know about what exact time period Legends Zaz taking place in, but at least for Arceus, that could be a great excuse for just like, oh, let's have the Hisuian Pokemon in this game. Shoot, that's actually a really good idea. And like,
yeah.
and like you don't need, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. That'd be a cool thing where it's to feel like, oh, like, you can easily sweep on the wall like, oh, why do they all look the same? It's like, well, like you had games from like the DS, Game Boy, 3DS, Switch. Obviously, the ports gonna look different graphics, so you could kind of give one that pays homage kind of all of them.
Yeah.
And like you get away with that. Like, I don't know, that honestly, I made got this information for Pokemon Go because this is how Pokemon Go does it. Pokemon Go they tied it all into one portal. I forget what they call it in that game.
I think Pokemon Go, as much as like it like
I like the world building Pokemon.
No, I feel like it has really like decent world building in it. Like I don't think it would be exact. I wouldn't want them to take it 1-to-1 in the mainline games, but I think doing something in the same sort of vein would work really well.
I do think it's funny about Pokemon Go. Planet Earth is a region. Because all the regions are canon in that universe. Like you, in some of the storylines, you wanted like Professor Oak, the others.
But I'm just like I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, how cool would it be to like have that ultimate choice of like you like in a game you go throughout all the regions,
Honestly,
but like you get to choose where you start.
I can see them do maybe not that specific, but like giving you a bit more choice. Scarlet and Violet, I would say, are the most different in terms of the two versions.
Yeah.
And not talk about like, oh, this one you could.
I didn't even think about that.
Not saying this one you could catch Ditto, but on the other one you could catch Wiglet. Like
Yeah.
no, I don't care. I'll be honest, I don't. I never when I look at the two versions, I'm like, which one?
It's always been a gimmick.
What's the coolest legendary? Like whatever. I do think the idea that's cool, especially for like the older games.
You know what they're gonna do?
What?
They're gonna, instead of letting you choose what region, they're just gonna make 10 separate
games.
And so if you want to start in Alola, you have to buy
You
that.
know what? That would be like, I don't know, for like the 50th anniversary or something. That'd be kind of sick.
That would be funny.
You walk in the GameStop, a whole shelf.
Can you imagine the logistics of releasing 10 Pokemon games that are the same game but not the same? Like, I didn't even think about the aspect of like the two games. I almost feel like it would be cool for like a Gen 10 to like maybe not like to like break that and just be like, this is one game, this is Gen 10, like especially if it is gonna be like a huge thing.
It's Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just Pokemon. It's just titled Pokemon. It's gonna be Pokemon X, but not what you're thinking, because X is the Roman numeral for 10.
Yeah. Oh, I forget. I always forget about Pokemon. Even though Kalos is my favorite generation, I've never played X and Y, so I
Yeah.
always forget X and Y is a thing.
Mhm.
Whenever I think of that, I'm like, oh yeah, the Kalos games. All the other ones I'll call them like Black and White Two, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Emerald, whatever. But
Mhm.
um, no, I honestly like they did a lot with like having. I didn't look too much into the the woman professor. That's not the one I played. The one with Professor Toro.
Oh yeah, Professor
Um,
Sada.
Sada. But I did look a little bit into like a lot. There was a big amount of differences that aren't just like tiny ones. They actually obviously won the legendaries. That's a massive difference.
Mhm.
Obviously, she focused more on the past. The other one focused more on the future, and I do like that in the paradox ones you get only access to the future ones, and then for she's researching the past.
Mhm.
Like that. That's a cool way of doing the different Pokemon thing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bits of the story, mainly with Arvin, that change based off of. I know him specifically. His team changes
Mhm.
that reflect more of either parent. I also had the implication that both of them are actually his parents.
Mhm.
Somehow in this weird headcanon I have, that he had two tragic incidents with parents and two robot parents who went through time to live a better life without him. Um,
I think it is funny that they're both robots because that makes sense for Turo, but for Sada, it's a bit interesting.
Yeah, it's. I did look up that specific cutscene for Sada, and I don't remember the explanation off the top of my head. But like reading it, I'm like, okay, I could tell there's a bit of like just so they could kind of like get away with it.
But
But they actually do explain it. It's not just like she's a robot now.
yeah,
I do. Also, I love Robot Toro.
he's so cool.
I love the twist of, like he like because he is Toro and it's that feel where Toro does care about his son, but it's almost you always have to say it back in your head like this the robot care about him more than his actual father.
Mhm.
And then the whole twist that I love that final battle.
It's a good battle.
That final battle, the music, the way that it changes with the mechanics.
Power of Toby Fox.
That I will okay. I'm not much of like an 8-bit, 16-bit kind of music guy. I think Undertale. I do like Undertale soundtrack. The little bit of the Deltarune I've listened to, I think is fine too. Megalovania I mainly like because it's a funny meme. I honestly think it's a all white song. I'm just being very blunt here.
Just putting those on the table.
But Pokemon, my favorite songs from that soundtrack are all ones he did. I think he did all the Terra based songs.
He did like the main like ones that you hear all the time.
Yeah, and I love the gym when the Terra gym leader theme
Mhm.
where the choir comes in.
Yeah, it's very cool.
He's very good at composing. I think I'm just not big.
No, yeah,
I'm just not big in the chiptune music. I think that's more why I don't care for a lot of his music. But like he's done some remixes for Smash outside of the Megalovania one he did. Some of the ones he did are really good, and they're not. I said it's real bias against chiptune, which I don't know why. Cause I like retro games, but anyhow.
Well, and I will say,
Yeah.
even with Toby Fox, like some of his music is definitely in that more chiptune kind of vibe, but not all. Like even Undertale tracks, like a good majority of them fit that sort of theme. But like
Yeah.
something like Hopes and Dreams, which you haven't heard yet, but you will soon. It incorporates like actual like rock and like guitar, and it's especially in Deltarune, like
Yeah.
again, it has that basis in like again chiptune, but it like elevates it even more and more,
Yeah.
which is nice. But no, I think in terms of Gen 10, there's a lot I could think about.
Last thing about Scarlet Violet.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I legitimately love the Elite Four. That is my out of all the games I've played, it's my favorite.
I like
Four.
the Elite Four. I don't like the champion.
You don't like long hair lady?
Yeah, she was easy. Like no, like one, she was easy. Two, she was not involved in the story whatsoever.
You see her throughout like the whole game.
Yeah, but she's like, "Hi, I exist." Anyway, see ya.
I really liked her.
It's not like
I liked her.
I like how they do that in different Pokemon games, like in Gen 3, like you see Steven all the time, and then you're eventually like, oh wait, he's the champion. Same thing with Cynthia. Like, I love the way they do it in those games, especially in Sun Moon. It's really great in Sun Moon, but it's different depending on what game you play. So it's
Gotcha.
But I just feel like I didn't have that same connection with her that I did. Like I feel like it would have made sense to like for Nimona being there, which I think you end up fighting
You
her.
fight her afterwards.
Yeah, But I feel like cut that out completely. Just make her the actual
You
champion.
know, I did do the side quest with long hair lady, the champion, at the school.
Oh, I guess I probably didn't do it.
I wasn't thinking about that, and that might also be
But
why.
again, if like she's the
But
main champion, it should like tie more into the story.
I don't. I agree with you. I don't have the same like I don't like in terms of emotions. I don't, but like I do see what you're saying, and like
Yeah.
I could see feeling that way. But for me, I always kind of like the idea of the champion being like this mysterious figure you don't see like a lot, and it's maybe from like the older games, I guess for me. Well, mainly Kalos, Kanto. Um, but I think for me, I had that like 9 hour stream where it took me that like whole 9 hours to beat the Elite Four.
Yeah.
So like that was just really memorable for me, especially the what's Laylee's type normally in
Oh,
the
normal.
Normal, but is he dragon?
No, he's still normal.
No, he is a different type.
Maybe he's flying.
It's flying. It's Elite Four. No, because you know why I know this. I asked Marsh, "Oh, what's his type?"
Oh, he said no.
He told me, "Oh, it's a normal." I was like, "Okay," so I changed my team.
You had like fighting types, and then you had birds.
I had like a 3. If I remember correctly, it was a nearly 3 hour fight because I did not want to die. I'm like, I wanted to do it all in one attempt, no matter what. Because I feel like this felt so cinematic, and I already had trouble with the Force 2 because he's the third one, and so I was literally had all weaknesses against him, and it was so tough. But when I finally beat Larry with a disadvantage, as someone who doesn't play Pokemon a lot, not like competitively,
Well,
it was so satisfying. It's also why I hate Larry.
I think too part of the reason I literally did everything else in the story. Like I completed the other 2 storylines with like the Titans and the Team Star stuff, and then I did the Elite Four because I'm like that. I like that.
So I finished Arvin's at the Forest. For the most part I was doing them all together, but there was like 1 or 2 I skipped. I finished Arvin's. Team Star had everything done but the final battle with Penny, like all of that stuff at the school I hadn't done yet.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna let me catch up with this. 'Cause to me, I was like, I feel like since the last time I was at school, like the school's been like the core of all this. So I did the last 2 gym fights, which was the one that's like on the very south on like the cliff edge, the like fashion one, and then the one with like the big green bean, the one you're supposed to do first.
Yes.
I did that one last. Great because I was like, I want to explore. So when I first played the game, I zoomed past like all the story. I did that, and then I did Elite Four, and then I did the Penny thing. Penny fight's also really sick with all the Eevee.
I do like that fight.
As a big I think that's my favorite fight in that game.
I think that's another Toby Fox. I think Penny's theme is another one.
That one I'm not sure, but I would believe it. But I just a big evolutions show. I love.
No, yeah, you love all these.
I love Eevee's my. I have a binder dedicated to just Eevee and evolution cards. I would love the one day. That's like if I was ever going to get a complete set of everything, I would love to get like every like Eevee and evolution card, which would be really expensive, but that would be really cool to get.
But so going beyond anything related with Gen 10, I watched a video recently of it was a Scott the Waz. It wasn't his main channel stuff.
Scott Stash.
Yeah, it was the Scott Stash, the Nintendo crossovers episode that he did. If you're familiar, it was a very good episode. I think with the whole Mario Kart World and the Sonic Cross Worlds thing, it was like the perfect time for that sort of discussion. Yes, we know. Chill for Sega.
I am.
But he talked about Crypt of the Necrodancer and Cadence of Hyrule in that episode. And something I didn't know until I saw that was when that game came out, that the indie studio approached Nintendo first, and they were like, "Hey, can we use?" I think they asked if we could.
They want to do so. Originally, they want to do like a DLC pack for Crypt of the Necromancer, and then they're like, "Why don't you just make a whole new game?" They're like, "Oh, really?" And then they made Nintendo. If you look, Nintendo's done a lot of partnerships. I just think a lot. They're just very specific about like what they want, but something like that is they're really big fans of like creativity. Yeah, it's why I think that you don't see them doing a lot of the big stuff like with like. There's other reasons why they haven't done stuff like with Fortnite, for example, but like, you have the Mario cards and like Rocket League. You have, if you go through the list, there was a lot, especially like GameCube. They you have Mario and NBA Sweet Jam, like Mario, Luigi, and Peach.
That's so funny.
With the models are kind of weird because they're all mocap in that game, but still like that you had him like SSX tricky, you and 1080 Snow Avalanche didn't have Mario characters. You had the NES snowboard. Meanwhile, this one for like esports, not esports, X Games,
Yeah.
X Games. This has playable Mario Peach. Yeah, Link in Soul Calibur 2. Um, Link, he has a move. And I was playing this game. Link has a move in that game where he hops on your shoulders and he just starts slapping you with his sword on your butt.
That's so fun.
I've always heard things about Soul Calibur, like, but it's just kind of the general thing I hear about a lot of fighting games people like. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not a big fighting game guy, but it's on NSO. I finally tried it, mainly to play as Link, and I was like, this is actually kind of fun.
I've heard good things, but where I'm getting with that is, I think we're in a weird stage too with like Pokemon fan games and like that sort of thing. Like Nintendo is very much not. They're not well known for liking that sort of thing, and I don't know if Nintendo's policy of, oh yeah, we'll work with people if they ask and we like the idea, but I don't know if Pokemon Company would be the same way. But in my perfect world of imagination, I would love for like an indie studio who's really passionate about Pokemon to create like a, for lack of a better term, like a Sonic Mania sort of Pokemon game. Not like sort of in that same sense of like looking back at older games. I would love a like classic top down like
maybe I need a better comparison after you look for Sonic Superstars.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fully original 2D Sonic game, and it's like 2.5D art style. But that or like Mega Man 11, where it's like it's a brand new game. It's made by a separate team and all that, but it's not like it's not the next big thing.
Yeah,
I think Superstars.
It's a lot more retro and
that's what I was saying with not ours. They're the ones that Superstar. The people who did Brilliant Diamond, Shine and Pearl for the fourth attempt, I think they did a really good job. I know it's missing the platinum content, and I know there's some other things that people weren't fully thrilled about that game, but for the fourth attempt, I think it was really solid. And if you give them another shot at a remake, maybe, and like pretty much what next would be Black and White, and I think the biggest thing, include the Black and White 2 content. I don't know how crazy that'd be to add, 'cause I don't know about it, but like include that in a way that makes sense. Maybe add a bit of new content in there as well, and like, bam, there you go. And like, take some. I know a lot of people don't like some. I love the art style of that game, but I know some people don't. It's a very, I know that's a very toxic topic, but take the input from the mass, all that, go from there. And let them do another remake, and then after that, let's have them try what I was calling at the time, like have them do a legacy Pokemon game.
Yeah.
So I don't think Game Freak's going to make another. They're definitely not made another top-down game, but I don't think we're going to get another game kind of like Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon. Like I feel like they're fully done with, like that formula, but have this new team, have them do it, or if you want to pull from another studio, pull from Grezzo.
Yeah.
They're the ones who do the Link's Awakening remake. They did Echoes of Wisdom recently, and they've done Link Between Worlds on 3DS.
Well, people look at those games too. I remember one thing I'll say about the art style thing is people like pointed to those games specifically as, this looks so good in this sort of style. Why does BDSP not? And I think that's more a thing of like budget, because like when I look at BDSP, I definitely see this as like not a budget game, but like not as.
That was when they released like 3 fully budget Pokemon games and like within a year's time span. Like, so like I feel like that was definitely like we wanted they didn't have a holiday title ready because Legends Arceus needed more time, and they knew Legends Arceus would be waiting until January, so that's why let's have this year.
So I think it's definitely like if they gave it more effort, it probably would have won more people over. Yeah. But I think people just kind of expect that sort of care from
what I understand, the Pokemon remakes in the past were pretty much treated like almost the next big Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is this being my fourth remake. That's why I was expecting pretty much it's Diamond and Pearl. We pretty much add some modernization to clean up the menus, new graphical art style, and I think me as somebody who's never experienced Diamond and Pearl, I was like, this is a really fun game.
Yeah.
and that's I left it at that. Well, like I said, if I remember correctly, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, don't they have like a side campaign you could do on top of?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's like fully new.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't that have
the Delta chapter.
Yeah, isn't that the one like time space something something?
It's mainly like Rayquaza.
That yeah, space stuff and don't they also integrate Mega Evolutions into that game? Or am I wrong on that?
They did that. That's not unique to the post game stuff. They just do that in the game normally.
Yeah.
But in
But
Omega
that
Ruby
wasn't
Alpha Sapphire.
in
Yeah, no,
Ruby.
they add
Well,
newer
like,
stuff.
Diamond and Pearl have Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl have nothing to do with. I guess at the time would have been sort of Shield.
Yeah.
There was no Gigamax. There's no Terra forms, which that's I don't me personally I'm not like I have to have that there, but I could see where people like we expected pretty much like almost some is more similar to like a Final Fantasy VII remake than like like this is more just like
a quick
straight
little
up
thing
remake.
just to make it.
Yeah,
know?
like it probably took them. I'd say that took them like 2 years to make.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's why I say like maybe an indie studio because that's a different sort of thing. Like you have people who are passionate about
you want
it.
to do like a retro
regardless.
throwback, like
Yeah.
pixelated.
But I would love to see something like that. I don't know how realistic that is at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if it'll actually happen or not. But you know, we can only hope.
I would love get Square Enix to do the HD 2D on.
No, I was
Gen 1.
also thinking about like the freaking Octopath Traveler.
Yes,
The game that I hate the name of.
I would
I love the look of.
the HD 2D art style for Gen 1. That like give me another reason to go back to Kanto. I know I joke on about how like people obsessed with Kanto all the time, but I love the original Kanto generation. I love
Honestly,
Leaf
give
Green
me
and
Gen
Fire
2.
Red. I love. Okay, now this is the last thing I'll say. The second, because my favorite Switch Pokemon game is Paldea. It's Scarlet and Violet. So like that's the top.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite is Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are awesome remakes. I love obviously like they were definitely like okay, how do we get Pokemon Go fans to get into like main games and then from there get them to play like Sword and Shield the next year.
Yeah.
But even on its own, as someone who's already in the Pokemon before that, and of course a big fan of Go, I really liked this. I liked that it was the story of that was taking place I guess like in modern day.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that idea. I liked a lot of little things they added like how there was 151 trainer fights you could do, and each of them specialized against a certain Pokemon. You did a 1v1 against them. That all the little stuff they added. I know Red and Blue have been brought back multiple times, but Red and Blue and Leaf is there too.
Honestly, whenever
really
they
cool.
bring them back, I like.
And a bunch of the other little things like Jesse and James are in that game, which is cool. I really enjoyed that game. I would have loved. I don't know which two Pokemon you would pick, but a Let's Go Johto would have been so. I was really expecting them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was going to be the new remakes going forward. Honestly, maybe not all the way up to modern day, but at least do like the two Game Boy games.
I think that game is so unique because it was definitely fueled off of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And like Pokemon Go is still successful, but it's not the phenomenon.
It was
that
also
it was.
the first console Pokemon game.
Yeah, it was the first Switch Pokemon game.
Yeah, that came out 2 years after Go. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the first Switch Pokemon game. If you don't want to count Pokemon Quest, that's technically the first one. I remember downloading like, oh yeah, Pokemon's back.
Yeah.
But I think I would like it's a simple story, but I love. It's really not much of like a story towards like complex why, but I just love the relationship you get to have. Like I'm biased with Eevee, but like I got Let's Go Eevee, and I love just the time you get to spend, with. And again, I love my stupid motion controls, but how it has that act with the Joy-Con. It's very similar to like VR controls. You can fully move your hand, rotate it, and yeah, you like petting it, and like I guess it's some like pet simulator stuff.
Yeah.
But like
people like that. I like that.
I would love for them I love the little picnic mechanic in Paldea.
Yeah.
I wish it was a bit more in depth. Honestly, I do like the whole again that brings back to the anime of like being able to let all 60 Pokemon out, just let them. I love just
play around.
But I like that some Pokemon have unique interactions.
Mm-hmm.
There's one I think it's is it Machamp and Baneri? I never have it in my playthrough, but I saw a video of it, and like the Machamp picks up the Baneri.
Oh.
and it's so cute. And
I've
like,
seen one where I think it was a meme. I don't know if it's real or not, but one Pokemon kicks another one and it goes flying. I don't know if that's
no,
real
that
or not,
probably
but
actually did have, but it probably wasn't intentional.
yeah.
But like, if you throw a ball, you just see something like throw it back and like it's just
Mhm.
like I think yeah, put a bit more love into that. I would love to see that's something I'd love to see expand in a future game, and especially if you do it online with friends, you could have all that'd be 24 all 24 Pokemon out.
Yeah.
And make sure the frame rate tanks. But like it's also real I love being able to like help like this is my this is like my Delafox.
Mhm.
And like and be able to have my Delafox or my main Pokemon meet like your Incineroar.
Mhm.
And like see like that's just like again reminds me a lot of that those what I've always wanted as a kid seeing it in the anime. Like this is what I wanted for Pokemon, that social aspect. And so I've always been so gun ho about my MMORPG idea. I don't really play any MMORPGs.
Mhm.
I've put probably a collective like 20 hours in my life, and 10 of those is Wizards 101. So like, to be honest, I haven't put a lot, but this I like that community vibe of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and
think I think we could definitely sit here and like think of a bunch of things that we want from Pokemon, we want from Pokemon Company, we want from games. I don't know how realistic it is, and I feel like I want to temper my expectations when it comes to Pokemon because it's definitely the the thing that people always say of like you always love the games you grew up with in reference to Pokemon is like it's very true. I think some games you can break out of that like Scarlet and Violet for you because like that was just a brand new game and you dive right into it.
yeah.
But I think I think a lot of this comes back to I'd love to see the Pokemon Company just kind of give back to the older fans of the series, which
Yeah.
is something they don't have to do. Just to be very clear, they can make new games, they can throw whatever they want, and the younger crowd, who the games are made for, will enjoy it and it will be successful. But I think just going that extra mile, especially nowadays, of just like even throwing, even if it is, oh, just a reference to this, just a reference to that, at that baseline, that's something I would appreciate.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic for what we will get from Gen 10. I think at a baseline, I'm glad they've let it had its time to bake and they haven't shown it off at all. I know we've talked about that before. I'm very appreciative of
This
that.
is the longest gap we've had between Pokemon games.
Yes. And
Mainline games.
that makes me think it's going to be something bigger, but again,
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's going to be what it was 2022 with Scarlet and Violet.
Mhm.
3, 4, 5, just 3 years is the longest gap.
Yeah.
4 because it's going to be a holiday title.
Mhm.
We'll look at least 4 years, potentially more. I think it's definitely because we'll pretty much look at double the development time here. It's why I'm also dead sorted as a Switch 2 exclusive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Also, I was completely wrong. Next year is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon.
Oh, okay, so I was right.
You were right because I was saying I'm like, wait, no, Pokemon's 5 years younger than Sonic. And I'm like, Sonic's 35th is next year. I'm wrong.
Okay, then yeah.
No, yeah, you were
So again, that even makes it even more like you
Like
had
that
30 years.
30th
That's a big
anniversary,
milestone.
10th.
Mainline game.
Yeah, no, I was really hoping, and like, I don't care this much, but I was hoping they were going to have the 1000th Pokemon on the 10th game.
Mm-hmm.
But but also look at how many Pokemon they added to Paldea. They would have had to cut like 30 Pokemon.
Yeah.
So like, okay, I'm like they added a lot more than like they did as some of the like Kalos. They didn't add a lot of Pokemon. They had like 40. But like, but they had like 60, 70 in this last one. So
Here's
it's like,
hoping they bring back the national Dex in Gen 10.
I thought about bringing that up, but I'm like,
I don't have much to say about National Dex. I think it's cool. I don't think it's the end all be all of Pokemon.
no.
But
I think Pokemon Champions that because that's going to have national effects. There you go.
I think Dexit was really stupid.
Oh, because that's one time of Brexit. Gosh dang, I forgot.
I think that in itself was funny because it was happening at the same time, and it was the UK based Pokemon game. I think that was funny.
Oh, that's what. Yeah,
the movement behind it was silly because it's like
yeah.
I'll give them grace. Like I think it's just a lot to demand, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
Yeah.
Just talking about
A series
Pokemon.
that definitely means a lot to me.
I wouldn't mind doing more series spotlights of like,
Yeah.
like I feel like we could do an episode on Corby.
Yeah.
I think again, like I said, like next week is Legend Zod comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know when the next big Corby game is gonna come out. We obviously have Air Riders. Ooh, excuse me. But I'll do stuff like that on Mario.
We would love to hear from you guys if there is a series that,
Yeah.
hey, even if it's something we're not as familiar with, we would probably be willing to put in the effort
It'd be
to
cool
like,
to check out a game and
yeah,
talk
like
about it.
maybe discover something. Like I know we've thrown around the thought of like, doing stuff that's not strictly a podcast style thing. If you guys were interested, we could like give our first thoughts on a series that neither of us are familiar with. Like we sit down and play like Final Fantasy VII, which I've never played. I don't know. If you have.
I've only played one Final Fantasy game that was sick. Well, I've played 14
Mhm.
for like 3 hours, and I've played 6 on the GBA. I've never played 7. I do own 7. I own 7 and 7 remake. I would want to play the original, of course.
But it's definitely like let us know what you guys want to see. We're pretty much willing
Do
to
y'all-
talk about anything.
Do y'all want to see Joey cut loose and talk about Gravity Rush for an hour, and then I have a reason to make Thomas play Gravity Rush? Come on, if y'all say in the comments, Thomas has to do it.
Hey, if we get 5 comments saying talk about Gravity Rush, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I know I will watch and make sure it's not your 5 alt accounts commenting on the episode.
I will rename the alt accounts. No, that's funny. You think I look at the comments?
Yeah, you don't. Well, you would for Gravity Rush.
For Gravity Rush, I would look. You would tell me though. You would tell me if we have 5 Gravity Rush comments. If you
I don't
got
know.
to the end of the video, comment hashtag Gravity Rush. There we go. That's how we know people made it to the end. That in the watch time charts.
Anyways, that'll be all for this episode.
We never know how to end up. At
Thank
least
you.
I don't.
You always say that right before I'm like about to say something. But anyways, thank you for being here. Thanks for the love that you've been giving the channel lately. We do notice it. I notice it at least. I look at the analytics.
I almost spat my water out. I look at the analytics more than you do.
You don't look at the comments more than
I don't look at the comments. I don't look at the important stuff. I'm like,
How good is my channel doing?
how good's the watch time? And whenever we get a new subscriber, I'll look. Okay, this subscriber was on this day. What video did we get a new subscriber on this day?
Yeah, I shout out to the 7 people who subscribed in the last month. Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate you. Again, welcome to the channel. You guys clearly tolerate our banter. Not the name of this podcast. That's a different thing. We're a safe state.
What's the banter podcast? Who's that?
Oh shoot, that's Jake Paul. I forgot about.
No, that's not Jake Paul.
Is that not?
No, that's Impulsive. No, banter's Cole Jacobs, George Hart Found, and Sapnap.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I don't know podcasts. Anyways, this is going way too long. Denmark is like, wrap it up, guys. I'm so tired of this. Check out some more Save State episodes. Let us know what you want to see in the future. Let us know what you think we can do to improve in the future. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Put something funny right here, Denmark.